to ask you a question. You're an atheist, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a mind?
I do.
You do.
Yeah.
You have an immaterial mind.
Material mind, no, mind is just a concept that we can use for we use it sometimes in synonym with brain, but it's
not
beyond
brain,
yeah,
though, right?
It's not brain.
materialistic.
How do you
not
know
brain.
you have a mind?
Yeah. Can you empirically,
Prove that you have a
scientifically
mind.
test that you have a mind?
It's the thing that gives you the capability to see things subjectively.
But those are happening in your brain, though.
Prove it. You can empirically
Those are
prove
happening in
you
your
have a
brain.
brain.
No, you cannot
You
not
can't
empirically prove
you have a mind.
subjectivity. Yes, you can.
Correct. Nonetheless, we all take it to be true.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
here
Is it
is
true that you have subjective opinions?
Yeah, because we logically can arrive at it even if we cannot empirically prove it. Not we don't have to believe things that are only empirically proven. You can arrive there.
Agreed.
No. I'm not just saying. But okay, is logic empirically proven?
Logic is the way in which we see the world and we understand it. And if you don't, you're illogical and you're outside of understanding reality.
Logic is a tool. It's a method.
Logic is.
I disagree.
It's,
You disagree.
I
Hold on, I'll let
wouldn't
him.
know how to define it, but it's a set of axioms that define everything, cause and effect of math and lots of
Logic
things.
is
I
a
wouldn't-
process of deduction using if-then inferences. and
No.
syllogisms.
Well, no. I'm talking about, and that's reasoning.
laws of logic.
I'm talking about the laws of logic. That's reasoning.
laws of
I'm talking about laws of logic
Logic and reasoning.
because reasoning is the use of logic. It's layering
okay,
up.
sorry, they're entangled. For God's sake. Okay, we're talking on the same ballpark.
Okay.
Reasoning and logic, the application of logic is reasoning science, which uses if-then statements based on causality in a self-consistent universe. Yeah, you assume that you live in a
Oh,
non-contradictory environment.
what do you say? A self-consistent universe.
Yeah. We all
That
make
assumes that a self-consistent universe is true, right?
It's a precept.
Okay.
all, that's a precept
Where would
of
that
all
be-
of our
where
thinking,
precept
whether
come
you're an
from?
atheist
So
or
there's
not.
objective truth.
Because in the moment that it's not
There would be
self-consistent,
objective
Oh,
conclusions
objective
you can draw in
truth.
a
He's an
self-consistent.
atheist.
Yeah, I
I'm a
believe in
univer-
all-
I'm
Oh, sorry,
a
he's a universalist.
Universalist.
Yeah, but I do believe in objective truth.
Yeah, I
How do you?
believe in
Whoa! No. How do you ground as an atheist? How do you ground objective truth?
Because
Those are all
things can
chemicals.
be true logically speaking. You have certain
How?
axioms.
How?
Because you have certain actions in which we can use to communicate with each other. I am Emilio.
Okay,
you are.
that's appealing to not moral subjectivity. It's a subjective group subjectivity where everyone is now agreeing that this is the standard narrative.
That's consensus, yeah.
Yeah. So how would you know that your truth is objective, not consensus?
No, I don't think
That's
it's
not an
about
appeal to
consensus.
consensus.
Yeah,
I think it is.
It's not. You
No,
haven't.
there's certain axioms
Yeah.
of logical things that we
Where-
use to communicate with
Okay.
How you
Question.
examine
Question.
the axioms
Okay.
and
Question.
communicate.
Where did those axioms come from?
I don't know. But
They-
let's
they're
agree
just
we use
No, we're not. We don't. Before we. Hey, no. Before we get to agreement, where did the axioms come from? Ask your question.
Axioms are important.
We're not.
Then you
He's
can discuss where
skipping.
they come
He's
from.
skipping.
I'm not, mate.
No,
Let's
he's
agree
skipping.
it's
No, but he's
Fair enough,
skipping.
sir.
I don't care about us agreeing on the axioms yet. I want to know where they come from.
Okay, good. That's
Yeah,
a deeper
because
question.
it serves your point. But like, I do agree with, if we don't agree with
We
axioms,
don't
because
agree
it is something
axioms,
that
So
is
we have
heavy,
to
but I'm not gonna
presuppose.
get
No.
into
We
it.
openly have to presuppose.
Does
Some
something?
axioms-
Does something?
Some axioms, yes, so that we can communicate. Just as I am Emilio, you are. Do we agree that I am Emilio?
Pardon?
Do
Yeah,
we
you
agree that I
that
am?
you
Yeah.
call yourself.
Yeah, I call
But I'm not
myself
talking about the agreement. I don't care because I could disagree and there's nothing you could do about that. Now,
But then
no,
if we
wait.
disagree with that, then we can't communicate because
Exactly.
you're
So
denying.
when
Oh, so
you
is
prove
commu- so
your
is
objective
communi-
reality,
So is communication real? Is communication objectively real? Are you objectively or communicating with
I
me?
am communicating with you right now. Yes.
Okay, how do you ground that you are objectively communicating with me?
I can answer that if you can.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No. I'm asking you. I've spoken to him thousands of times.
I'm not.
No, but I know.
What am
Okay,
I
sorry.
gonna
Okay,
say?
wait. I know you're not an expert.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to do is I am trying to understand your worldview, right?
Yes.
And if there's a lack of understanding there, if you say I don't know, trust me, I'm not going to start pushing it. But what I'll do is I'll try and explain my worldview to show how I start bridging gaps. So that's why I'm trying to ask you those axioms, right? That you say that we all agree on. Cool, that's fine. Where does that axiom actually come from?
From logic.
Where does logic come from?
By reason.
That's circular.
That's circular.
The axioms are the process of what you're doing.
An implicit property of the ontological reality we live in.
That was a bunch of spaghetti.
No. Oh, sorry. axiom, in other words, the universal rule that this will always drop when I let go,
According
is
to
fundamentally a property of reality itself. It is
According-
intrinsic and inevitable.
as soon as you say reality,
in the
that's
fabric
objective
of
reality.
That's
life.
objective.
But I think
Understanding.
But he believes in objective reality. It's because he's a universalist.
I can use the tool of logic
No, but what I'm saying-
to understand how the axiom operates. But the axiom itself, you asked where it came from, it comes from implicitly within reality itself. It is a priori there as a brute
He is
fact.
appealing to reality itself for
That is a
objective,
logical position.
objective
It's not.
understanding, objective truth.
Totally logical.
No,
What would
because
you be
reality
appealing
changes all the
to?
time. So there's the laws of logic change.
Because
Now, if I question you,
So that means you're saying, okay, I don't want to split up. I don't want to split up. I don't want to split up.
you don't have there's questions.
now I'll
that
ask you
have
the
no
question:
answer.
where does reality come from?
I think there's
What do you mean by reality?
Because you made reality the
Whoa.
objective understanding for why the bottle is
What do you mean by
dropping.
reality?
You can't say
You
that.
said it.
You said reality.
Where does your understanding of
Use
reality
reality
come from?
first.
You can't flip the question back on me.
Okay, fine. I believe it most. Number one, I don't know. Number two, I think it most. Is that a terrible thing?
No, because no. The reason, it's not terrible. I'm not pressure. It's just
Being
that.
honest. I
Yeah,
could
that's
easily
fine.
go, I know everything, but I don't.
No, but if you're saying that you don't know what reality is, how
You're
can
appealing for your objective?
exactly?
No, I have a personal definition of reality I could share with you and take some time.
Okay.
I'm asking what definition of the word reality you might
Well,
use.
I'm looking for the objective reality that you're saying that would allow this bottle to
These
drop.
axioms, yeah.
This axiom for the bottle to drop.
I'm-
Well, what? Because it seems like it can't be dependent on your mind because it's happening to everyone else. So where would that reality
I'm with
come
Bert-
from
okay.
if it's
I
for everyone
personally
else?
am with Bertrand Russell, who said that the ontological cosmos.
Who said that?
You didn't let me.
No, sorry, I was just thinking.
Bertrand Russell.
Sorry.
He says this is a brute fact. In other words.
Where's he getting this fact
Oh,
from?
sorry, silly old Bertrand Russell. What do you mean?
No, yeah, where's he
Bertrand
getting this
Russell
fact from?
postulates-
Because we're talking about the precepts, right? We're not talking about human reason.
That's why I
if
said
you're
he-
bringing any scholars,
You're
those are also the
Sorry, you're
human
asking
reason.
what I believe. and
What
I'm
is
not allowed
reality?
to tell you what I believe.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you
no,
are telling
but-
us, but I'm telling you.
Okay.
Who seem to have some skill at this and say I concur with them. Is that not a reasonable way that?
Yeah, and then
That's
I'll ask where they're
isn't that an
coming
argument from authority?
Consensus
Yeah,
as well,
I'm using
authority.
an argument for authority, but I'm cross-referencing with an argument for logic. Yeah, and I think it's
What-
both
sorry.
logical and an argument. for authority.
Wait, Tony, just slow down. What? So you are appealing to Bertrand Russell, you said,
Bertrand Russell believes that the cosmos is basically a brute fact.
and so that's a position of authority, right? That's why you take
Appealing to authority.
his facts.
Logical
I
fallacy.
respect.
No, that's I'm saying that's one,
That's
and then
an argument of authority.
and then I'm saying what, and you intersect that with. You said,
with actually trying to use logic itself as a tool.
Where are you getting that
my
logic
appeal-
from?
but, and there we go.
Because one of the logical-
Where is he getting that logic from?
He asked me a question.
We're looking
I
for
don't know.
No,
we're
we're
looking for
trying
objective
to
reality.
we're trying
You're giving
to
us another-
understand how you
Kindly-
intersect.
okay, then
You were looking for
kindly-
objective
gentlemen,
understanding. Let me like
kindly then both
What?
be quiet for 30 seconds. Then I'll be quiet for 30 seconds. So we can have a conversation. Is that a good idea?
I'm just trying to inquire, right? As you're going
Your question
along.
is, where did it come from? I answer.
Well,
I'll
no,
try-
the question is
Wait,
where does
wait, wait.
reality come
Okay,
from?
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, having not defined what we mean by reality, I'll assume we've got a ballpark idea what we mean anyway, okay? I think we probably mean the entirety of the cosmos and all that is. Do you mean that?
I agree.
Yeah? Which is what ontology studies, being. So I think when you say what is reality, you're referring to what in philosophical terms they call being. All right? So
I said where does it
No.
come from? I didn't say what it is.
I know, but
Those
I
are
know,
two different
before,
questions.
to answer your question accurately, I need to know what you're referring to. I think you probably are referring to
The state-
what philosophers might call
The state of
totality of being.
objective. That is,
But-
wait, let me give you a light definition. It might be it might not be a full definition. I will call reality the state of existence the state of existence that is external from a human mind. Reality is external from my mind or Bertrand's mind.
Okay, fine.
So where you get reality
Okay,
from?
Yeah,
fine,
that's-
fine. Okay, then to define our terms clearly, you are talking about nominal reality as opposed to phenomenal reality. Nominal reality is that which is independent of perception. Do we agree?
Yes.
Phenomenal reality is that which is true perception. Yeah. So you're not asking about the totality of being, which would include phenomenal reality and nominal reality.
this may
You're
be-
only
this may
talking about
be-
nominal reality, yeah? So independent of experience. Yeah. So the atoms and the molecules and the energy and all that stuff. Yeah? Nominal reality, where did it come from? I don't know, but I personally believe it's more increasingly likely it's just always been there. Matter and energy can't be.
Oh, infinite.
Yeah, it can't be.
Infinite
It's
reality.
eternal.
Now the question will be on to you.
Eternal.
Where does reality come from?
No, I completely agree with the.
Okay.
Infinite reality.
An infinite reality.
The word is eternal.
What?
Not infinite.
Okay,
Infinite is in space.
okay, Tony, we heard you. Tony,
Thank you.
what about the universe is eternal? Because it's consistently changing.
Changing and growing. Growing implies that it was small at some point. Yes, it
Huh?
does.
Yes, it does.
If it's growing, yeah, like
Changing.
That means
Yeah,
some time has elapsed.
There was a time when science itself, astronomers will tell you
That's
that
changed.
there was
That's
a
not
time when
eternal.
the universe was smaller than the head of a pin,
Change can be
but
a
we
constant.
can't calculate.
I mean, the only
Wait, one
constant
convo here. There was astronomers will tell you that because of we're measuring the expansion of the universe, there was a time when the universe was smaller than the head of a pin. Not the world, the whole universe, the whole reality, and we can't measure 13 seconds before the reality of observation. So how can you know that reality is eternal when astronomers themselves tell you that it has a starting point?
It doesn't.
Okay, I never said I knew.
What's your evidence for that?
Sorry, I interrupted.
No, I'll come back to
I
that.
do not agree that there's a start to the universe. I don't think that's how science
Would you have it? Yes, they are. That's what it is. That's what it is.
But I don't.
Well,
I
how would you? I don't.
Make.
It doesn't matter what you think. I want the objective understanding. What would the science or the consensus? What are they measuring for them to know that, according to what you're saying, that's
There's such thing as a beginning.
They're not claiming they know,
eternal.
they're claiming it's possible. Do you understand the difference?
Okay,
So if they're
it's
claiming
possible that I could fly, Tony. What's that got to do with what we're?
That's got
You
nothing
keep
to do
saying
with it.
how do they know, and we're not making the claim they know. We're making the claim they say it's possible. Specifically, Roger Penrose, who got the Nobel Prize for Physics in this. If you want from the physics community, from the philosophy community, I would take Bertrand Russell, and I myself could argue the point, trying to use principles of inference and logic cogently as well. All I'm saying is it's possible that the matter and the energy, the nominal stuff you're talking about, not consciousness, not phenomenology, but the nominal stuff may always have been here, just constantly changing in accord with the first and second law of thermodynamics.
Yeah, but you're making a truth claim, though.
You see, you're saying
making a truth
accordance.
claim.
You're
You gotta
saying
prove
accordance
that.
to laws. Don't you understand? You're saying
You're
accordance to
making a
laws.
truth claim. You gotta prove those truth claims. How is it
No,
eternal?
No, but every time we go into it to say what.
He's saying it's possible.
I'm
that it's
saying it
eternal.
is possible
So
that according to the second law of thermodynamics, energy and matter can be neither created or destroyed, just changed. That rule is eternally true in accord with the opinions of minds like Roger Penrose and Bertrand Russell. It's just possible.
For
that's what I'm
it
saying.
to be
we don't know.
We
eternally.
don't know, and nor do you. So let's just be honest.
We have
in the
it there,
discussion.
folks. They don't know. At least we know
No,
God
that
rules
is that's a
everything.
disingenuous
No,
conclusion.
wait, no.
We never claim
Okay.
to know. We claim the honest representation. of
Tony,
the
So you guys
reality
do not
Tony,
have you don't have any
Tony,
evidence for
Tony,
objective
wait.
reality. You don't know. You
do
don't have
I
any
have
no
evidence
evidence
for objective reality
No, I do.
or
Here,
eternal being.
this is
No,
here.
Tony, wait. No, wait. Tony,
not
just
necessarily.
Tony,
It could be
wait,
happening in
hold
your
on.
mind.
Wait,
It
hold
could
on,
be
hold
happening in your
on,
mind.
hold on.
You're the people that are making the
But,
claim that there
so you
is
don't have
such
any
a thing as
evidence
a
for it?
start.
I have a
That
bottle.
The universe isn't eternal. We're saying if there's
We're talking across
possibilities
each
of
other.
it
Just
being
wait for a
eternal,
second.
and there's possibilities of it.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
There's possibilities of it not being eternal. So you're the people that are bringing the claim that no, it cannot be one or the other. It has to be this one.
We're not
Yeah, and
You're
we
the
have
one
reason
that has
where
to-
we're grounding our
You have
reason.
to prove that.
Yeah, God is
Okay.
the start of reality. Like he just said, energy cannot be created. This is understood across science. So if energy cannot be created, and
Then
God is
it
the
would
let me
just-
learn, let me
wait,
learn,
you
let me
enter-
learn.
you enter.
And God is the one that created the world. It's the energy that He puts in that's called theosis.
It wouldn't need creating if it was eternally here.
No,
Yes, that's
no.
what I'm saying.
If it was eternally here, there was
It's
no
eternal.
point of-
What
It doesn't
was
have to
it-
be eternally
what was
here.
eternally
It's
here?
eternal.
Matter
The
and
energy is eternal. It doesn't
Matter
have-
and energy, which are interchangeable by virtue of E equals mc squared. They're the
See,
same
his
thing.
argument is making an argument for God a lot more.
E equals mc squared means matter and energy are basically the same thing. Yeah?
Yeah.
They're interchangeable. So let's
Yes,
just call it
100%.
stuff. We can use one word. The stuff. The physical stuff you can measure.
Okay.
This
Yeah, but you're
bottle-
measuring-
Wait,
you're
okay, wait.
Stuff
Yeah,
may-
changes.
May its forms and
Yeah, right,
relationships
right.
change through causality and flux, but the actual amount of matter and energy here doesn't change. When you talk about the Big Bang, it was all
Sorry, the
small.
amount of energy
All
doesn't
all
change.
of the-
What do you
in
mean
the
by
Big
that?
Bang, I mean this. In the Big Bang, you said it was very small, but in that smallness was all the matter and energy that exists now. Just because it was just in a very small place. Then the amount of matter and energy occupied a bigger place.
It changed.
But
That's changed.
It's changing, but it's always the same amount of matter and
Because you
energy
can't
in
create
total.
it or destroy
It's
it.
like if you count
You
the
can't
number
create it,
of-
doesn't mean you
if
can't
count the
enhance
number of
it or
Smarties
grow
in a
it.
tube of Smarties, it will always
I got a lot of
jiggling
battery.
around.
my battery dies on my phone. I charge it.
But you're talking about growing in shape. You're not taking into consideration the point of changing in amount.
Even his argument is making an argument for God a lot more, because he already said the energy cannot be created. If the energy cannot be created, I can appeal to a battery theory that energy cannot be created, only transferred. So God transfers his energy to create the world, and that energy never stops and just carries on. So if he's observing to, well, let me line. If he's observing, if he's appealing to energy not being eternal, yes, because it starts from God. God is eternal. But
if it's eternal, it doesn't have a start. You know, the implication of the word eternal is that it has no start.
Does energy have a start?
No, if it's
then
eternal,
that's God.
If it's eternal. No, if you want to start arguing that God may be synonymous with matter and energy,
not matter, energy itself.
Hang on.
Every material thing is every matter is an energy.
If you want to start arguing that God may in some way be entangled with energy itself, that's a very interesting discussion to have. Okay, that's the conversation I'd like to have. All right, because now we're kind of backing into the implications of the possibility that matter and energy was always here. As Christians, I think you believe that God is omnipresent and that He's actually in the structure of reality.
No, we don't. We're not pantheists. We're not henotheists.
No, but you believe He's omnipresent.
He's omnipresent doesn't mean that He's in creation. You know what we mean by? You think you're getting it wrong by omnipresent. No. Let me give you the understanding of omnipresent. The Bible says.
I have a different understanding, but
let me lay it down.
Okay, he has a different understanding.
Philosophically, let me tell you. The Bible says that the heavens are the heaven is his throne and the earth is footstool. God creates ex nihilo. So when we say God is omnipresent, we're not saying that He's in every corner of everything. No, it's like you get someone playing chess, right? They are omnipresent in terms of viewing the whole chessboard all at once. They know every corner.
In a sense, they are omnipresent.
Into each individual chess piece, they are in one block at a time. God is omnipresent as in He can observe everything all at once. That's what we mean.
So
He's not necessarily in the.
So He is outside creation. So
Yes,
you're closing
well,
the Muslim position. This is what the Muslims believe.
The Muslims believe God is God.
The Muslims believe that God is.
Why you bring a Muslim into?
Wait, slow down.
Let me question this. It's subjective.
God. What do you
God is
mean?
subjective.
How in what I said?
Because you're saying he's aware of the things, observant.
Yeah, He's the only
Being
observer.
Subjective means that you're an observer. You're subjective.
No.
You're a
No,
subject.
that's not
That's
subjectivity.
not subjectivity.
To material
No.
reality.
I believe God is a subject.
Exactly. So that's not.
I believe God is in your definition.
He's a
God
subject,
is a subject.
but he's God.
God has awareness.
That's
God
fine.
God,
Yes,
God is a first
yes,
person.
but he's saying
God
because
is not just a dead object.
but
God
he's
is a living
saying
thing.
he is saying apologies. He is saying that because God is observing reality, then it must be on a subjective view.
You're saying He has
God
a
is the
subjective
only-
view of reality?
It's a subject.
Okay, he is a subject. Yes, that's
Okay,
right.
Therefore,
do all four of us agree that if there is a
I just said
God,
yes.
God should be better defined as a subject than an object?
100% agree.
Could we all agree
Yeah,
on
I
that
just
point?
said yeah.
Great. We can build
That-
a discussion.
okay.
Maybe.
No, as in, I just
They're
got
gonna
up.
make the- no,
I don't know where.
I know where they're gonna go with it.
Wait, just wait. I've been silent for a while. We have escaped from this guy's mind. I don't know what we've been talking about. Listen, bro, do you have a mind?
Yes, the subject.
How do you or you have a mind?
Is it?
Very likely.
Don't answer for
You
him.
have a brain, not a mind.
Are you?
No, but there is truth in saying there's power in saying I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, one.
If
I don't
that's
know.
okay.
It's subjectively speaking, it feels like I do.
But it's
Okay.
You're using abduction. You're playing the probability.
Tony,
100%.
if it's that you don't know, right? You don't know that you have a mind,
I don't know. All right.
right? Do your thoughts come from the mind that you don't know?
It's probable. Yeah.
Do your communications, your reasoning, your logic, does it come from the place of the mind where you do not know exists?
The ideas. Yeah.
How do you ground anything? How do you even ground that you're communicating with me if you do not know that you have a mind?
Because I come first I come from I don't know to use that.
How you see that? You see that? That's you.
logic to arrive to
Okay.
what I'm most certain of.
Okay, now
so
can
I am most certain of.
you can't be
Wait,
most
certain, wait,
you
certain is appealing to some sort of objectivity. How do you know you're certain?
For you
don't
to
have
be
a manner.
I'm a subjective being. There's no way, or you, or anyone.
that's an assertion now.
That's an assertion.
It's a very accurate assertion.
Well, it isn't.
There's no way that a subjective being can be outside of its subjectivity. It's
Correct,
subject.
correct.
It's
Absolutely.
So then that means you can't believe that we're communicating right now.
No, why not?
You got to you got to be
Because he only
unsure.
knows he's subjective.
So
Like,
if you
wait,
Say
yeah,
he's
I
unsure.
So you are unsure that you're communicating right now.
Yeah.
We
yeah,
are
at least we
unsure.
have an answer on our behalf. If they don't want to be consistent on that, that's fine.
I am as sure as I can be.
Yeah.
But
No,
I'm
no, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. You can't say. No. Wait. That's. I know you're saying that. That's a contradiction. You can't. Yes, it is. You can't say that you're at the bottom. Hold on. You can't say because you can't say that at the very bottom of your understanding of reality you do not know, and then say you can be very sure. That doesn't make sense.
Don't use the word sure.
No, I agree.
Does that make sense?
Like,
You're correct. He means it's very likely.
Again, you
That's
can't
still
do
gonna
that
be-
because you
very
don't.
likely, it's still
Do you know
because of
likelihood?
reality.
Likelihood is maths and probability. Do you know?
Understand this reality.
Do you have a problem with this sentence? I think
It's a contradiction.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Do you really have a problem with me saying I think there's a 99% chance I'll walk home without
How you
getting
know?
hit by
And-
a car? I don't know. That's why I
Okay.
said 99%.
No,
That's how
wait,
I
no,
live
but wait,
my
Tony,
life.
no, but
How
wait.
do you know
Playing
99%?
Okay, wait. And how do you know it's 99%?
I don't.
Why is it not 89%?
I don't.
Why is it not
Is it not
1%?
70%?
My best guess is that
How do you know?
I'm more likely to get home than get hit by
More
a car.
likely
Okay?
is appealing
that
to
a reasonable
objective
You're
reality
appealing
outside
to an
of you.
objective standard.
Outside of you.
You're
Even if it's a
using
probability.
a scale of maths to say likely.
You guys seem to think that the word objective is a synonym for being 100% certain about something. It isn't. The
No.
word
I'm not saying
objective
100%.
to
Even when you're using
pertain-
probability,
Good.
you're still appealing to
allow
some sort of
Exactly.
objectivity.
To kindly allow us to express what we believe with a level of uncertainty, but
precept
has a
is-
probability.
We asked you how you got to
Okay,
99%.
How?
How did you get to 99%?
Because
Just slow down. No, just slow down. Just wait. No, let's do this together. Let's just do this together. He said 99%. Okay? That's what he said. Now tell me,
I'll give you.
what is the 1% chance that you die
I'll give
when you cross the road?
I'll give you the answer, okay? I'll give it at least a 99% chance because I've come here at least 100 times and walked home at least 100 times, and so far I haven't been run over. So statistically, based on
So
the
there's-
data from the past, and I believe
So
in a
there's
self-consistent
evidence
universe,
outside of
it's
your
the
mind.
predicate-
Or
it's the
outside of your-
predicate all our
So there's
Evidence outside of you.
so that's an evidence that's got nothing to do with you, right?
Exactly, right?
What?
That's an
But he
evidence
said-
that's got nothing to
What are
do with
talking about? I'm
you.
looking at the pattern of the hit.
Exactly,
Of the past.
that pattern
What's
has got
not
nothing to
saying
do with your
exactly. I am looking at the pattern of the past and the consistency in the pattern of the past, and then I'm projecting it into the future as a probability, which, if you pay attention to your life, is how you live every moment of your life.
That's fine, but I'm
Yes,
still appealing to
great.
something outside
You're
of
acting
me.
like that's a crazy.
But I'm still appealing
No,
to something
well, it's
outside
not
of me.
crazy. I'm not saying it's a crazy thing to do. What I'm saying is you're taking it for granted.
wait,
No, I'm not.
You are.
Or you question me on my mind.
I'm well
Do you
aware
have
I'm doing
faith?
it.
Huh?
Do you have faith?
Yes, I do.
What is faith?
What is faith?
Do you know
It's
there's
the
a God, or do
substance
you
of
have
things.
faith in
Wait,
God?
faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of
Things unseen.
So that means there is substance and evidence for my faith.
For by it we know the elders were given a good.
Amen.
For by it we know the elders were given a good confidence, a good testimony. By faith we understand that the world was framed by the word of. Well, let me finish. By the word of God, so that things which are seen were made by things which are not visible. That's what faith is. Evidence that takes us to a place of unseen.
Excuse me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say what you believe in, but do you believe you can know something that you have
Yes.
faith on?
Yeah.
You can know and have faith
I know
at the same
Jesus and
time.
I have faith in his words. Yes.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing.
I would say personally.
You know what faith, faith
go on.
holistically means? If you go back to the Latin word, the Latin faith comes from the word confide. In Latin, confide, if you translate confide back, is confidence. Confidence implies some sort of evidence to why I have confidence in something. I have confidence that my mother is my mother because I have evidence of her nurturing me since I was young. Now, if you want to appeal to ignorance faith, which is how we translate it now, it's not how faith works. Faith implies some sort of evidence. Otherwise, it is like I said.
Does that make sense though?
Idiotic faith.
And it makes sense in your mind.
It should make sense to you. In this, no. Shall I tell you why?
Blind faith.
Because I think a lot of people, like he said, think the term live in faith There's the ignorant,
Is blind faith.
knowing, or like sort of like the blind faith.
Yeah.
You're saying, but you're saying that in your case, which is not most of the people that are gonna be watching, you
Who said that?
Christians
Who
are
said
gonna
that?
have the same
confident and have faith at the same time.
Yeah, I'll give an example. I'll give you an
That's fine,
example.
That's fine. That's fine.
You practice this too. You do.
What?
You do.
Because you already expressed he has confidence about everything about reality. He has no, and all that confidence is fake because he has the evidence, but he has no full grounded.
Exactly.
Do we
That-
agree? Do we agree on this?
And everyone does that.
Hang on. We might have another point of agreement. Do we agree that faith is the thing that you fill with
Bridge,
uncertainty?
faith gets you to certainty.
Okay,
Yes.
fine. Do we agree on that?
Yeah, but there's
Yes.
going to be evidence for that
Excellent.
certainty.
Yes.
Would you also agree that any model of the world you have in your head will require some element of faith?
It does.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Right. So where is the evidence that you place your faith on that you do not know you have a mind? Where's your
What's
evidence?
the evidence that you do?
My evidence that I don't.
You have come to a conclusion that you do not have a mind. Yes.
What's the evidence?
Yes. Yeah. Tony, yeah.
No.
Hey, let me talk to the bro.
Tony, man, come on, man.
You're distracting too much. Don't do that.
We're tag team.
You're not on the same side.
You guys are
You're
not-
not. He's an atheist. You're a theist.
At least believe in
No,
God.
you're not on the same side.
And every universalist believes that every God is
And
only.
You got-
I don't know what a universe
Ignore-
is.
okay.
I would be really.
We will talk after the camera. Ignore him. Answer my question. Answer my question. Answer my question. So, you are certain that you do not know that you have a mind? Yes. That's a crazy statement, but okay. Yeah.
I have faith.
Right.
It's very likely
Okay.
that I have a mind.
Okay. Where is the evidence for you to build your likelihood that you do not know that you have a mind? Jeez, that is a crazy. But how are we going to do that?
Experience.
Huh?
I have a subjective.
Because that's circular. That's circular.
Subjective, but that doesn't mean it's not valid.
If no, in other words, he's using his mind. He's using his mind to form a likelihood that he doesn't know that he has a mind.
Correct. That's why you need
That's
faith.
circular. No, that's not faith.
You got no evidence for his
No.
position.
The
No.
very fact
no
that
evidence.
You're correct and it's circular is why you have to fill the gap with faith. That's why it's uncertain.
No.
Because
No,
you're
no,
correct.
no.
Faith just
No.
is, I know the end goal.
No. Oh.
I need
I'm
the reason
correct.
before the
You've
end
got a
goal.
brilliant
No, that is circular, but we don't do that.
Oh, you're not using
You
circular
used
logic.
to
No.
at the beginning of this whole conversation.
For certain.
You said
No,
that there's
I-
a circular reason.
I'm always
I said-
placing
I said
faith
there
on
is-
evidence
God is the
to
only
get to a
thing.
we're both
conclusion.
using
God is
That's
the
because
only.
We're
how
both
do you
making-
know
But
that
I
the
can't
person-
say
you're
that the
subjectively
evidence that I
making an
have,
assertion.
for me to not
I'm
know
subjectively
something,
appealing
from the evidence that I have that I
God is
do
the
not
only
know
thing
that I
that
have a
you
mind,
I am
the evidence of that comes from my mind.
You don't have a mind.
Doesn't make sense,
I
Tony.
don't have a mind.
Because I'm subjectively, I know there's a subject, right?
Wait,
Because I know
hold
I'm
on.
experiencing
Is the
stuff.
subject not does the subject not have a mind?
All right. If the likelihood angle isn't working, let's say I do.
Every subject has a mind.
I'm
So it's
saying
it?
that I'm a subject.
Oh, sir.
We can all agree on. Every subject has a mind.
Yeah, because they are.
We all
First,
agree on that.
He can't agree
He
on that.
can't agree on that.
Tony, that's what I'm saying. You're not on the same side. You're not on the same side.
Do you think?
gosh, we've been saying that, bro.
You've been confusing us.
Oh my gosh, Tony.
All right, they need a.
Before it's
Let
any
him, let him.
language or any cognition, you still think it has a mind in the classical sense,
My
or is it just instinct reacting to stimuli?
Chemicals bouncing.
There's probably some subject there. Yeah,
Okay, well,
there's a
let's
mind.
say for the argument it has got a mind. Fine, it's got a mind because
But
it's
he's
got.
gonna
it's
have to
got
tell us where
reflex.
that
Okay,
mind
yeah,
comes
yeah.
from.
Okay.
It feels things. It feels things.
Where does that mind come from?
Rocks can be subjects to chemical reactions. Like
Yeah, but they don't feel it. They don't feel it.
No,
The point of a
that's-
subject
I
So they are
think that's
objects.
You still have okay.
Like feeling and pain and all of that
Feeling
can
is
come down to consciousness, not necessarily being a subject.
You still haven't answered my question.
But
You still remember my question? I have to formulate it again.
Right.
You say that you have a likelihood, that you get to a place of certainty, so exercising faith, that you do not know for certain that you have a mind. Yes?
I don't know. I saw some circularity.
You understand that we pointed out there's something circular going on
You
there.
ask me if there's a mind. I'll tell you. Yes, there's a mind.
An immaterial mind.
I'm not 100% certain, but for the sake of this conversation, can we say that I am?
Okay, that's fine. You have faith that you have a mind. That's okay.
But where would you get it?
We won't kill you. Don't say that. Hey, don't say that. We're friends here. This guy said we'll kill you. Hey.
I think
Where's
if
your
you said-
mind rooted at?
It's more than
Where's your
90%
mind?
likely.
Yeah, it's
more than
very
90%
Look,
likely.
I
Tony,
can't
that's
deny that I'm
fine.
experiencing stuff
No,
right
but
now.
no, but
I can't deny that.
listen.
I can't
Yeah,
deny
I get that.
there's experience, right? Having inside. of
Okay,
me.
so you believe that you do actually have a mind. It's not that you don't know. You now believe that you have a mind.
Yes, do I believe a lot of stuff? Yes.
That's
No,
not what we're
that's not what we're asking. That's not what we're asking. Come on.
You're trying to make a certain statement.
Let him do it. Let him walk into the
Because you
trap.
keep
Why
Reframing-
are you sabotaging me?
Tony. Because if you're 1%,
Can
you
we
must
just
have some
get there
reasoning for
somewhere?
that 1%.
Exactly.
You say 90%. What's
Yeah,
your reasoning for that
90%?
Because we don't know nothing.
No, you can't
You
have
don't
it.
know is the 10% that you don't know. The 90% you know. Where's your reasoning for that 90%?
Wrong about anything.
That's great.
I think we're both making an assertion. We are.
You're not making the same assertion.
Not the same.
I'll check with my friend.
He believes in God.
I'm happy to make the assertion. I'm 90% confident I have a mind. Are you happy to make the same assertion?
More than 90.
Can you
but
prove
we're
that
not
90%?
Okay. How do you? Okay, so we ask
Now
how.
my question is this.
Ooh.
We as the public
Tony,
see
oh,
that
oh,
these two people who
oh, boy, you're right.
Okay.
Are you
So,
guys,
Ole, go.
excuse me,
Whoa.
now,
Nah.
the public know that these two people they're listening to are at least 90% sure they've got minds. Are
Well,
you
well.
guys at least 90% sure you have minds?
Wait, just wait 1 second, please. Just wait 1 second, please. Have we not asked them?
Would you care to answer that question?
Hey, no, wait. We asked you a question first.
I know.
How do you get to 90%? We asked that first.
While we're working on that, can we see
You have
if
faith
you
in
agree?
90%.
If we've answered
What's the
you
point?
have-
Of course we
faith.
agree.
Wait,
Joining in.
That's
So
fine.
You are
That's fine.
also.
Yeah, of course we agree.
90%.
That's fine.
All
Yeah,
of us.
no. I don't care. Remember I said earlier on camera, I don't care about agreement.
What about
Remember?
this?
It helped.
No, did you remember I said that? I said I don't care about.
Explain what
Remember?
the doesn't
Wait. Just. Oh,
If you don't care about agreeing, where
oh
There's
my
no point.
gosh.
You don't have a source to agree on, so I can't agree with you. Any words you say, I have to question it. Now,
If we
you
all
have
agree
90%.
on a point,
We know we
have
just.
90%.
wait, listen. Yes.
Okay.
It's not that
All right.
reality is a matter of consensus.
Oh.
It's that. If we can all agree on a particular point, then we can move forward in our discussion because we have a common thing. So I'm just trying to find common statements we can agree on.
Okay.
If we're all
Tony,
90%
why are we
sure-
agreeing on it? We don't have the same paradigm.
Okay. We agree.
Thank you.
Great. Now, how do you get to 99%?
That's evidence.
We said 90%.
90%. In fact, you specified 90%.
90% probability, probable.
How do you get there?
That's the evidence. How do you get to that 90%?
See, we agree now. We agree. No. Okay, we agree. Fine. It's 90%. How do we get there? How do we get to 90%? The 99. What? I thought it was 90%.
Whatever percent.
At least
at least 90%.
Okay.
How do you get to 90%? What's your evidence for that 90%?
Wait, one more thing, sorry. He will answer this question.
Okay.
Then I will answer it, and so will you guys,
Okay.
because it's a universal question, okay?
Okay.
Now we've got a working method.
Okay.
100%. Yeah, I think I'm 90% certain based on the fact that I'm experiencing this right now. That I have feelings,
Ooh.
emotions, and stuff involved
And-
in
Ooh.
answering this question.
Ooh.
There is a bias.
Ooh.
There's a heckling in the
I'm
background.
not heckling.
Look, I'm not the best.
Let the guy-
So, no, I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm having fun. I'm having fun.
But yeah, like I'm not the best with words, but that's as best as I can put it. I can't deny that there is a subjective experience happening, which makes me biased in saying that there's a subjective experience happening. I know it can be circular, but that gives me.
Also, you know it's circular.
No.
You know it's circular.
You
Yeah.
know it. Yeah.
Okay, who wants to go next?
Well, I would like.
I mean, if you want to, do you want to go next?
I pretty much like what you say. I'll paraphrase what I think you would say. The pattern of my experience so far in life and my pattern of memories implies to me that I have an ability to predict things in the future with an accuracy that makes me think I'm a cogent system, which I will call a mind. A practical example is I predict if I let go of this, it will drop. That's based on all my previous memories. So I think I'm an ordered system, yeah, within an ordered system, and I'm calling that.
That doesn't make
A lot of assertions.
Doesn't explain the mind.
Because
It's just
we're dealing with
chemicals
the whole of
bouncing.
cosmology, There will be a lot of assertions. It doesn't mean they're inaccurate, and I know there are a lot of assertions. But
As a universalist, as a universalist,
I'm inevitably a subject, and I inevitably experience, but I know there's patterns in my experience, and the word mind is used a way to describe those patterns.
Tony, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I can tell you why, but give me one sec. Regarding to what, just to kill two birds with one stone.
Okay, wait. Before we get, let's explain us first.
Yeah, why are you 90% sure you have a mind?
No, I'm 100% sure that I have it.
Okay, but we
So why you keep following me and interrupting my conversation? Okay, can you step back a little bit?
Okay, go on.
We made an agreement we'd defend the point we're at least 90% sure. I'm not going to hold it to 100%. Just defend 90%. That's fine.
Well, I would say I have a mind because God created me to have a mind. I'm 100% sure of that.
And we know that God created us to have a mind because we have evidences of things like the laws of logic being consistent. We have things like our own minds are able to access this law of logic that we believe is external from us, and therefore must also come from a mind external from us as well. And if the laws of logic are eternal, then that mind in which the laws of logic have come from must also be eternal. Can you see how I've used reasoning? That's not circular.
It's not circular.
With God, right?
So wait. That's not reasoning would be if I start with my mind and end with my mind.
Yeah.
If I start with God and I
No, I'm not saying that it's circular. Hear me out.
Okay. My bad.
But before we get anywhere, you agree that what I said, right? I followed a reason. I did not do any circular. I didn't do any circular stuff there, did I? Not what you did.
Do you think that there was a circular?
Now, in according to what you did, wait,
hold on. Yeah.
Okay.
What's this brother saying?
this drunk man, he just keeps
I
following me
think
around.
you presented. I think. Let's assume for the minute that his position and mine have got a circular element. Yeah? Okay. I'm not saying it's true, I haven't inspected, but let's just assume we'll take that on board for a minute. Our counter argument is we're using faith, which we know we need, to fill the gap in the weakness of that circularity. Yeah. Okay? Right. So that's how we're.
No. And that's the thing. No. Should I tell you why? No, wait. I'm just saying. Should I tell you why you're not actually using faith to fill a gap in the circle? Because you made a circle.
Yeah.
Which therefore we know.
In other words, there's no faith there. You've made a circle.
The experience that I'm living is the reason why I'm living what I'm living.
Before, okay?
It's a circle.
No, do you understand that?
To what you're saying.
No. Wait, do you understand? No. In the sense that, do you understand that I'm saying? Wait, hold on. Do you understand that I'm saying that you have not used faith at all? You have not used real faith. You used blind faith.
They're both versions of faith.
No, and yours is
blind,
and yours is based on no evidence.
For the minute,
Is that true?
one thing at a time. The word faith is now being used broadly. Can we just agree for the minute that when we use the word faith, we're not going to discriminate between different types of faith?
No, we can't. No, we have to.
Really?
Yes.
Faith is what I use when I don't know.
No, that's blind faith.
Fine, I'm not saying it's not still faith.
No, it's not still. It's a different sort of faith.
Focusing too much on the word faith.
Well,
Yes, it is, because we defined it.
You need to have some sort of.
No. In other words, when we say blind faith, okay. Instead of you know what? Okay, wait. Instead of saying blind faith, I'm going to say you have no faith. Okay. Now I'm saying you have no faith because I've defined faith using Hebrews 11, 1-3. I've defined that. I've said that's what. Wait. Just wait. I've just defined faith, right? That's what I've done, and I'm saying now, because you were saying all faith and blind faith. Okay, I'm now saying you don't have faith.
Well, you're wrong because we've already admitted we do.
You don't. You made a circle.
You made a circle.
There's no room for faith there.
You just said I have experience because I have experience.
We need a clock because you've repeated that mantra now about 10 times.
Well, you gotta come to it because that's what you guys are saying.
How familiar I am with what you're talking about.
You're not familiar. No, you're not listening.
Ability, this mystical knowledge that you have is not. Let us know the mystical knowledge. You know.
When you're going to give it 60 seconds to silence.
I have been.
Leave him. Okay, go on.
What you are referring to, and we've had this discussion numerous times, is being drawn attention to by David Hume, the philosopher, in his.
Am I talking to David Hume? Okay. Go on.
If there's a better communicator out there.
Okay.
Better communicator.
Okay,
Okay, go on.
Okay, excuse me. Both David Hume, the philosopher, and the mathematician Gödel have both logically drawn our attention to the fact that no model of the world, conceptual model of reality you have in your head, can be constructed without, at the very bottom of it, some kind of an assertion that you can't know, which is therefore an assertion of what they call faith. They mean faith in that.
How do they know that?
Hume demonstrates it through the fallacy of Oh, you're just shaking your
No,
head.
I'm asking how did they know
Amazing.
that?
You ask me a question, you instantly shake
Okay,
your head.
he's sorry.
Shaking my head.
Okay, you're sorry.
I apologize.
You're sorry.
Let's
Please.
assume for the minute that maybe David Hume and Gödel are complete idiots. Okay, just for a second. Gödel is talking about the problem of induction. Okay, in logic you use induction and deduction, and there is a problem with induction, which is just because every swan you've seen has been white, it doesn't mean that you can know for sure that every swan will be white. That's the problem with induction. Now, it becomes increasingly likely that all swans are white, but you can never know it for sure. Therefore, you have to have a little bit of faith in it. That's why faith is always built into all of our models of the world. We don't mean faith in the religious sense at this point. We mean faith just in the I can't be 100% sure. So these guys know we can't be 100% sure, which is I'm nearly finished.
Not 100%.
Okay.
That's fine.
Wait, let's use the swans. I like swans.
Which is why
Can I?
we are. Thank you. Which is why we are expressing all of our arguments in terms of probabilities, because we're aware David Hume and Kurt Gödel.
Probability. You know, you're on your.
Minute. Now I'll shut up.
Okay. No. I want to talk about those swans. Right? You said that you could see how
Are
many.
you okay with what I said? Okay,
Yeah.
we're in accord on this. Thank you.
By the way, to be honest, I shouldn't let you go, because I shouldn't let you go in the sense that I've said that I've made a definition of faith, of what faith is, and I've said that you have no faith.
And I've just hopefully defined to you
And
the
the-
sense
and
in
what-
which I'm using
And the sense in which you used it is my definition of faith. Because I said that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen. You have the substance.
substance. I'm trying to understand.
This is like the fourth time we say the substance of. Okay, sorry. Okay,
Tony, I said 2 words and you cut
I'd
me
actually like
off.
to write
What's
it
wrong
down.
with you?
okay. You could read it in Hebrews 11:1-3 when you have the time. But I'm just saying,
It is the substance.
of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen.
You know what? Do you mind if I just get a pen and write this down? While you guys talking, just let me write this down. So I got a terrible
So
memory.
the thing is, now let me get to what I wanted to
I'm not
say.
trying to fuck
He's saying
Okay,
the
okay,
probability
okay,
cause.
okay.
That he has faith in the probability, the 90% probability. What he's appealing to that he doesn't know is the 10%. Now, can he prove the 90% that he's talking about? He can't. You can't.
Wait, before we say we can't, let's let him try.
Please try.
No. So, like the thing I agree with him is there's like, and maybe I think you won't agree with this, but I completely agree with him. With him is the fact that like there's no one ever that can be 100% certain about their.
That's fine. Even
I said earlier.
The verse that we read you.
Everything action.
Wait,
Yeah,
the verse
I
that we
said,
read
yeah.
you implies it's
So
not.
that's
Wait,
where
that's
we
fine.
agree.
Listen, the verse that we read
So
you
where
regarding.
you
Wait, let me
questioning when
like.
we do it?
The verse that we read.
Oh, no, we're not.
Also imply empirical evidence. He said things or evidence of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. Unseen doesn't mean that okay, you're looking at it directly, but you still have some hope in it because it's external from you. But you're
Yes.
appealing to external from you, but you're saying probability, 90% probability, but you're giving no reason for that 90%.
We're asking you, how do you get to a position of 90%? In other words, we're asking. So in other words, wait. If you were to ask me for my evidence of the Christian faith, I would say I would look at the Gospels. I would look at the testimonies of the Gospels. I would look at archaeological evidence. I would look at historical evidence. I will look at all these different points of
They're not empirical,
evidence.
but they make my reason for me.
Right? And then with that evidence, I would then exercise faith. I will exercise faith on the conclusion. Right? That's what I do. Now,
That's very interesting. That's very interesting.
right?
You're saying that the evidence you gather, first you have to start by the assumption that there might or might not be a God.
No, I don't know. No, I start
You
from.
don't know.
Let's say I start from a position. No, I start from a position. No, I start from a position that I don't know there's a God. I don't start from a position that I don't have a mind. I don't start there. That's where you start. Now in other words, I'm saying that if we're looking at God, right? As I'm explaining to you the Christian faith, in the sense if I'm looking for God, I'm going to go from a position I don't know. Let me see what's out there. So I start analyzing evidence. When I analyze evidence, like the Gospels, like the historical evidence, like the tomb, I then have to exercise faith on the conclusion because it's unseen. I wasn't there. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is what faith is. Now, you have said, right, that you come to a level of 90% certainty. Wait, 90% certainty that you are sure that you don't know if you have a mind. Now, I am asking you.
Hang on. You're 90% sure that you don't have a mind.
He's 90% sure
That he does have a mind.
that he doesn't know if he has a mind. Oh no, so you changed that. You changed. So you wait, sorry. No, that's me lapsing. That you have a mind.
Yes.
Okay, so sorry. I don't mean to. Sorry. You're 90. I know we changed. You said now you're sure that you have a mind. Yeah. Right. Where is your evidence? Just how I've done external evidence of the gospel. The gospel is not in my head, though. I read the book. Yeah. Israel is not in my head. It's out there. The tomb is not in my head. It's out there. The cross is not in my head. It's out there. The accounts are not in my head. It's out there. Evidence. So your mind, you say, is 90% sure you have. Where is the evidence out there that you have a mind?
Not necessarily you moving. That's anonymous to the mind.
And I think I'm tired of going back to the same thing. But don't you guys also part from the same?
No. Did you hear? No.
We do because
Brother, no. Okay.
Come on, Tony, man. I don't.
I think they may have tricked themselves as well, but they tricked you.
Nah, we haven't tricked
Tony,
ourselves.
you're not
God
following
forbid.
I can show you how.
God is not an author of confusion. God is not an author of confusion.
No, I got something I can objectively prove.
Hey, let him answer first, please.
You do.
this is the thing where I'm confused. You're asking me to start with the mind, right? So you also.
I know. I'm not asking. No, I'm not asking you. No. From my position. Well, my position doesn't matter. But from my position, I'll say you have a mind, right? Now, you listen. You are the one who is stating that you have a mind. You're 90% certain, right?
Yes.
Right? Me, I am. Wait, let me. Hey. Forget about me. Forget about me for a second. Remember, we all agreed, which doesn't really mean anything, right? We all agree. Me, let's say I am 90% sure that Jesus died for my sins. Now I've explained that by saying I look at the Gospels, right?
From him.
I look at the accounts. I look at the historical accounts. I look at the geographical area. I look at the archaeological material. And then I exercise faith to come to a conclusion that Jesus is who he says he is. Right. Now, I'm asking you to do the same thing, but with your minds that you've asserted is there. So where is the evidence out there? Which is what I said. Just like I went out there for the evidence of Jesus. Where is your evidence out there that you come to 90% that you have a mind?
Do you come and answer for that? Because I don't think you can go out there.
I think
To appeal to your personal experience is going to be in your mind.
You check the tape, anyone watching this? You asked that question and we gave an answer. Okay? Maybe I'm wrong because now you're specifying out there, but you definitely asked us how we became 90% sure, and we gave arguments about from our own experience and memory.
Yeah, experiential is happening in the mind.
Okay, fine. I'm making.
So it's going to be circular.
Bingo.
Experience is happening in the mind.
Ask the viewers to look back at
Otherwise,
the
it's
tape.
just chemicals bouncing.
We have objective evidence now on tape. You asked us a question. I gave a practical example which was out there.
How do you know that's not an illusion that you're looking at?
Wait. Hold on. Wait.
I believe people watching can test. I gave an objective example where I made a prediction what would happen to this physical bottle in the future if I let go of it. That was an out there example of a practical experiment. That was actually a scientific experiment.
May I ask you a question?
Will it drop or won't it? I predict it will. It did.
May I ask you a question?
That was our answer. That's our
How does that prove that you have a mind?
May I ask you a question? No, Tony, let me ask you a clarifying question.
Taken the point.
Oh my gosh.
Our out there evidence is based on the scientist's ability to make predictions about the future, which can be empirically tested.
Wait, hold on.
Why
I'm gonna
is
start
that?
wrapping up at some
And that
point.
is the power of the logic we're using.
Yeah.
We empirically test it.
I want to ask a question. I just want to ask a question, Tony. You got to answer my question, please.
I will answer your question.
Where does the prediction come from?
From your mind.
There you go. Your prediction comes from circular reasoning, no faith. Do you get that? Your prediction that you're
talking the same thing.
so therefore you are doing a different thing than me. You don't have evidence. You are using your minds to make a prediction about your mind.
That's why I said it could be an illusion.
Does that make sense?
Guys, let's wrap up.
You are using
So are you.
no.
Archaeological evidence.
No. Did you hear what I said about Jesus?
Right? Archaeological evidence, historical evidence.
I
That's
said
something that I came up with my
I
mind.
remember I said all of those things that I go to get to the conclusion that Jesus is real. Wait.
Wait. Your mind.
You're not. Look, you're discussing.
The conclusion is not in my mind.
Listen.
The evidence is not in my
How do you
mind.
read the Gospels if you don't fucking have it? Sorry for it.
Listen, remember we already said that we agree that we have a mind. We explain that through God.
We don't.
Right.
So you're gonna have to find.
So, and the way we get to God is that we got testimonies, we have got evidences, eyewitnesses outside of us. That's everything. That's what we call. That's wait. That is where we get to a conclusion about faith.
We know.
Now wait. Before he dropped any bottle, he made a prediction up where?
in your mind.
And he has already said, right, that he has evidence of 90%, up to 90%, that he's sure he has a mind. But in where he is using to try and work this thing out is also from his mind.
We know.
So when you can't use
Guys,
the...
let's wrap up. Well, I can't go in too much now. It's okay. Let's wrap up.
Your argument
Let him reply, and then we'll wrap up. We'll have this conversation later on.
your epistemology is honestly
Because
childish.
in your claims there's a lot.
Childish.
Yeah, it's genuinely. I promise you. I'm sorry. In terms
Why are you
of
saying
we are
childish?
discussing because it's reached the point where you just seem happy with the idea that because we use a mind to make any
Which I'm not sure of.
because
No, say that, Tony. No, say that. Say that. You have in mind that you're not sure of.
90% sure I have a mind.
No,
And so do you.
that is an assertion. No, we've already said that, and we say it comes from God, and then we have a reasoning. We have a. Oh my gosh.
So
You're
the
just
conclusion that it
saying
comes from God because
anything
if
that-
you read the Gospels and
Your
before you came
argument
to
based-
Oh yeah, but yeah,
the testimony,
I didn't know.
you first
No, I didn't know. No, I didn't know.
Staggering.
But then I came exactly right. But then I came to the wait.
No.
Wait.
Let me.
Don't heckle from behind the camera.
Let it go.
Okay.
Go on.
Have a clock.
Go on.
I could explain. Right. So what I'm saying is, before you got through the Gospels, I read.
Yeah. I don't know.
The Bible,
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yep.
You used your mind
Yeah.
to
You're
verify.
using-
Okay, no. Wait, I'm gonna go even further. No.
Let me talk.
Okay, go on.
I'm not gonna.
We're trying to wrap up.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're using your mind.
We're not losing.
You're using your mind.
Yeah, wait.
You're 90%.
What happens if I wasn't sure of my mind? What
Hang
then?
on. We can't use our minds, but you're allowed to use yours. It's really weird.
It's not that.
Okay.
Listen.
When we use our mind, it's circular. We agree. So when you use your
So
mind,
if you
it's
use
circular as well.
no,
So
it's
when
not.
both seem
It's
circular,
not.
Why do
It's
you get
not
special
because
privileges
I am
if it's
saying my mind comes from an objective external
That's your
source.
claim. It's not
And
your
then
claim.
wait,
Prove it.
I prove it.
Prove it.
Hold on.
Where's your proof?
Just wait.
Yes.
We have all agreed here that everybody exercises what is called faith,
We
right?
have to. Yes. We have to.
And for one to do faith, as I've defined, real faith, you have evidence that takes you to a place of unseen. So let's say I go around skipping and saying that there's God. If I have no evidence, that's ridiculous. Wait, let me finish. That's blind faith, because I have no reason to say that this God is I don't know, a fairy or something, my fairy godmother. If I say that with no evidence, that's nonsensical. But if when I go to sleep and I wake up and I find a coin under my bed where I used to put my tooth, then I now have evidence to believe in a fairy, right?
Okay, you're very small.
Yeah, fine. But the point is, I had some evidence. It could have been my parents.
I said you didn't.
Right.
So why are you attacking?
Now, I am saying that I am sure I am exercising faith to get to an objective conclusion that I have a mind, right? Now I'm like, wait. Now I'm like, where do I get that evidence from? No, I can't. No, I can't. Oh my gosh.
You guys, let's round it off. Let's round it off.
Well, I'm happy to.
We'll talk about it over there when we get there. It's the cameras, man. You know.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired.
You are providing. Look, all that's happening here is you have an assertion of God. You are providing some evidence.
I have an assertion of a fairy godmother. I have an assertion of. I said that, right?
You have made an assertion about God, and correctly, you have some evidence. I agree, you have some evidence, but you don't have 100% full evidence.
That's a different. That's a shift, guys. That's a shift, guys. I said evidence.
Guys, let's wrap up because I'm getting bored now.
No, you have no evidence.
You have zero evidence.
That's the point.
On tape, rewind it. When I drop this, we can see.
You're already making a prediction.
You're making a prediction in your mind. That's not evidence. You're making prediction. You're
conclusion already.
You're
precept. That's a precept that it will drop, and then you drop it, then you get your evidence. That's oh my God. Guys, we wrapped it up. I'm kind of done.
They're running. This is a
running where, Tony? You're intellectually running from the logic. You're predicting it in your mind. How do you know what you're predicting is true already before dropping?
Do you believe the bottle is real? Is this
Tony,
bottle real?
Do you know how? Do you want? Do you wait? No. Do you know how? No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not what we're saying. Yes, it's real.
Thank you.
Where do I know? Where do I make? Where do I come? Wait. No, Tony. No, wait. Yes, it is. Wait. No, Tony. Stop. Wait, Tony. Now, Tony, you're running. You're exactly. He just said it. He's using his mind to make the prediction, and his mind is the thing he's trying to prove. Oh my gosh! That's the thing you're trying to do. Remember what I mean? Oh my gosh!
Some of us are using better evidence than others.
No, now you've changed.
You've
changed.
I've been saying this for the last.
You haven't said anything about better evidence.
Years, for Christ's sake. The quality of evidence I value most is predictive evidence, which I can empirically check. The quality of evidence you are using is anecdotal from old books and it's second-hand information. Now, that may
how do you assert anything in history? How do you assert anything in history? Right? And so that means that you have to exercise faith for something in history to occur. So I am using evidence.
You're using anecdotal evidence, which is the lowest level of evidence. I am using predictive evidence, which is a higher level of evidence. Just because you're using anecdotal doesn't mean it's not true.
Oh my God. What did you say?
Just because it's anecdotal.
That's an important thing you said there.
No, of course. Okay. I'm not trying to knock it down. You might be right. Let me be clear. In this whole discussion, whatever T believes may be correct. I'm not saying he's definitely wrong. Right? However, being honest, we're both bringing evidence to the table. On the camera, you can see the evidence you brought. The evidence you're bringing is called anecdotal. It's written by others.
And the evidence that you're bringing is zero for your mind. Don't you get that?
Predictive evidence.
Where does your prediction come from?
This.
Where does your prediction come from?
I never said it didn't come from my mind.
Exactly. What are you trying to prove? No, what are you trying to? No, Tony. No, Tony. No. What are you trying to prove? You're confused. What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove here? Come here, Wes.
What I'm trying to prove is this.
No, what are you trying to prove here?
What I'm trying to prove is the reason planes fucking fly.
No, you're not answering my question. No, Tony, you're not answering my question. That's not what we're talking about. 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 We were talking about mind.
I know I'm using my mind. Why do you keep saying this? Like
Your
weird mantra.
Your mind.
I know I'm using my mind for the 100th time.
And what are we trying to be?
It's not a truism. It's not a big deal. I'm using my mind.
This is a different
and plus evidence. I'm using my mind plus evidence. You're using your mind plus evidence. Your evidence is anecdotal.
I'm really sorry, guys. I'm tired. We may need to wrap up. We need to wrap up. We need to wrap up. We need to wrap up, man. We're done. We're done. We're done. I think everybody gets exactly what we, as Christians, were trying to say. Yeah.
I think the difference between...
I'm afraid if he says one last thing, I'm going to want to say something back.
but that's the basis of it, you know?
Yeah, go on.
So, one thing. I think what makes us different, us here on this side and you guys on that side, is that you are not willing to move just a little bit. At least we stand, or look, hear me out. We start from the position that we can be moved, we can be wrong, we can change our minds. You can't, because to you it's so outside of logic that we believe that there's a way we can be wrong. Then you're not having this conversation in good faith. To have good faith in a conversation, you have to be willing
you're accusing me of some ultimate question. Are planes in the sky? How have I done?
Moved, man. We are willing to be moved because we are willing to change our mind, because we're certain of anything.
Are you not certain of your mind?
That uncertainty allows us to move to the left and to the right. Without that uncertainty, we can't communicate. We cannot dialogue.
You can grow.
We cannot argue.
Our understanding of things because we know we don't understand.
How can you grow if you've been here for 30 years and you're saying the same thing? I'm sorry, I'm
challenged. He's willing to be challenged.
Thank you.
No, look, it's one thing to be not to be mean. The opposite that I see in you is that we're both willing to be here and to have conversations. In the hopes, I'm having this conversation with you in the hopes that you're willing to have your mind change, and so do you with me, right? You want to believe that I can change my mind,
but I need to ask you.
Want to save me through the gospel.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't understand where you get your motivation from that you want to change my mind, because you do not know if you even have a mind.
We both want to arrive to the truth, right? So that's where my motivation is. To arrive
is
to
the truth is the truth? No, is the truth objective, guys? No, wait. 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 Just no. I need to clarify. I need to understand you. I just need to understand. No, I just need to understand you, bro. I need to understand you. You said we need to get to truth. That's what you said just now.
Why?
Yes. No. Not why. What is truth?
Great question.
Do you know what truth is?
I think there's no human level, subjective way to arrive to 100% truth.
So that means that you think that communication is useless. That means there's no truth. That in your own subjective view, you believe there's no truth. So why are we communicating?
You're strawmanning.
No, I'm not strawmanning you.
Yes, you are.
Is there an objective truth that's outside of us that we can get to?
Look,
yes or no?
There's none one that we can know ourselves with 100%.
Then in that
ever. No truth, ever. In my position, at least. I thought this nominal reality. Guys, I thought this was a closing statement.
I thought so too. I'm sorry.
That's not what I'm discussing here with you, because what I'm discussing here with you is that
I don't know what you're discussing.
The reason why I'm here is to construct the methods in which we can arrive to the closest thing to truth.
If you're saying that there's such thing as the closest thing to truth, you're now saying that there's a scale. Is that scale objective? Are you far off? Are you close or far away?
Who said this? But I see truth as a horizon, which you want to always get there, but there's no way.
You may say that you're different to him. I know, and you're not the same. He's an atheist.
No, I completely agree with the phenomenon.
So then you're contradicting yourself. You can't. He's a theist.
You might not still hate.
We both believe the same thing about the nature of truth.
Someone's mic dropped.
We both believe the nature of truth. Have you lost the thing? You good?
Sorry.
There's a clip somewhere.
You should be more in.
Is it not on here?
Is it still there?
Tea, we drink those. I don't see it. It's very nice guy. Look, I'm not angry. No, it's a very nice guy.
Anybody
that's why I love this space.
I think we would probably agree that truth is synonymous to the centre of an archetype, and we're trying to get as close as possible. Yeah. And we know that because we're human and we're fallible, we'll never hit pinpoint the middle. But we want to get as close as possible. That is our working method. You look at the centre of the bullseye.
What you said, but there's no objective bullseye, is there?
No, there is an objective.
So that isn't objective truth.
It's never going to stop. It's never going to stop.
Please, let me go, please.
The objective truth, to define objective truth, I have to pay attention to the filter. That's what makes it objective. There is always an optimal way of configuring reality, which is
You're atheist. You can ground that somewhat. Now you, an atheist.
I didn't hear any God in this.
there was no God. I'm not saying that.
God.
It was supposed to be his case.
It was.
So, no. Me, I have a source for that. Which is the objective reality. Right? Now, if you say that there is an objective truth that is independent of you, it is outside of you that you can access, where is that coming from? What is that? That's not eternal. That changes.
No. It's postulated it may be eternal.
Then what's
It's allowed to change. It can be a little. It takes different forms, but it's always the same nature. 100%. It's just fluctuates. It's like waves in an ocean. They go up and down. It's all the same like an ocean.
Can we wrap up? Yeah, we can wrap up.
Finally.
No, Tony, that's it, bro.
It's a low blow. Do you believe?
No.
A world that there is no God. That's my answer. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. Well,
Thank you all. I can't even recap it. You have plenty of content to watch. You have plenty of footage to see. I think you get exactly what we were trying to get across to these guys. They were saying that we were stubborn and that we were fixed. We were not stubborn or fixed. We're given a coherent understanding as to how we explain our worldview, and they were given a circular understanding, which means that there is no faith in that. It means that there's non-existent faith. Thank you, guys.
That's it. Bye, Tony.
Yeah, they've got an hour of us waffling to each other, so they have plenty of
I
content
wouldn't
to talk
dream of telling you just watch some guys waffle.
I think that anything you said, I don't know. I think that